This is after Miss Soweto, how you...
Yes, when I MC'd
you
Miss
MC'd
Soweto.
Miss Soweto.
With Kabzela.
Yes.
I was wearing...
Yeah, she was wearing a dress. We call it the J-Lo dress.
So you first saw her at Miss Soweto?
No. She just made... of course, she was on the front page of the Sowetan.
Sure.
And she was wearing that J-Lo dress. And we're like, yo. Remember J-Lo made news because she wore a dress without a bra.
Yes.
And then she also pulled it off. We're like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, it got all of us. But me being me, I'm never really caught by this thing. And I don't know, maybe that's the way I'm wired. And now they talk about her. And I'm sitting there with like 4 guys talking about her. And then one of the guys says, but she works here now.
Yeah.
You're doing Newsbreak, right?
I was doing Newsbreak and Evening News, something like that.
You're doing Newsbreak. So she had to come to Radio Park, not TV, to Radio Park to come and do Newsbreak. And I've always known from my varsity days, when a group of guys...
You're not telling the truth.
No, Kiatlada.
Oh. There's the first part where you saw me doing Morning Live before all of that.
Yeah. It would really ill.
Okay. Wow, there's that part. All right.
So I get on a space.
Yes.
Otherwise,
yes.
You see how relationships work?
Yes.
Yeah, le plating ya no see.
Yes.
So from varsity days, I knew when 3-4 guys spoke about a girl,
yes, true.
They are intimidated by her. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the man who saw it all amongst that group was Bendigo. You guys, you are all going to fail. You want this quiet one? Watch.
But you win.
Yeah. And
so
then,
I was a bet?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, you're not a bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Needed to get that out.
Because I didn't get in there on some
yes.
I just kept quiet.
Yeah.
And I let it slide. And then, fast forward to me getting her number, right? Some guy was trying to make on her. Some guy was trying to make on her, right? And I was like, you win. You know, I didn't even ask for permission. They were talking, facing each other. I just came right in between them. My back to the guy.
Yeah.
And I gave him my phone. I said, put your number here.
Sure.
No, it's all right. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
I can write
No. He did that. And then the poor guy was like standing there like, how? Ganti. I then gave him my number. It was actually after memorial service. Yeah. Nandipa straight on.
The late.
Yeah. So then he walked away. And I left. And of course, I had to now answer questions.
Yes.
But you didn't protest to him.
Yes. Why are you protesting to me?
Number. That's all I did. Anyway, fast forward. We then went to the Rancho. I went to the Rancho. That story is a Rancho.
What?
But I was supposed to, when you are giving him the number, are you having interest? Or is it just a question of there are 2 guys, they are trying to compete? Let me see who's got, more confidence. Yeah.
Oh.
No, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I had seen him before, and he had seen me before. But the mutual, Nandipa straight on, was a mutual colleague. So Nandipa worked with me on Newsbreak and worked with him at Metro. But Nandipa had said to me, and had said to him, so we both thought, and we didn't know. So, yeah. Anyway, the Rancho story, I'll tell the Rancho story after a quick break. Can you just take a quick break?
Sure.
Right. Take a quick break. We'll be back.
Call Mapaseka Mokwele now on 086 000 2479. Send your voice notes on WhatsApp to 060 584 2250.
Radio 2000 has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. In terms of the code, we are committed to broadcasting news that is accurate, comment that is fair, and programming that is not harmful to children, does not amount to hate speech, and contains no gratuitous violence or explicit sex. If you think we are not living up to this code, you may inform the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Direct any complaints in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa, PO Box 412365, Craig Hall 2024, or email bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more information, please visit www.bccsa.co.za. Radio 2000, our music, your memories.
Life, love, and all. Recap.
I'm going to play you just a little clip of what Something Soweto says. He says, baby wam, ithi ngikutshele ngifuna ungizwe ayafana ama-gents ayafana ama-jimbos abanye bazokutshela bathi umuhle kodwa ayafana ama-gents. Is it really the case that we should be grouping all men and saying banje, full stop? Joined in the studio by Motaga Mjali.
Maybe let's just try to break down generalization.
Okay.
English or just language in general, it's what they refer to as a idiomatic language, right? So we commonly use a generalization and it's understood as a conversational shorthand technique, to talk about a specific group without really singling out a certain individual. That's one part of it. Second part of it, and this is the truth you don't want to face, each generalization is not often unfounded.
It's not often unfounded.
Yes, it is mostly founded. It is based on something. And so you find there's some truth into it. For instance, as a Zulu man, you come across certain people, they expect to go to violent, to stubborn.
Yeah.
Yes, it depends, And you're like, this is not without any basis, You look at just our history as Zulu people is very violent, We are mostly instigators of riots in the country. Yeah. When you go to estates, say violent crimes, KZN is ranked the highest. So you can understand how people will come to that conclusion. But now the question is that generalization fair? Especially if we're talking about someone how does that generalization help them identify abafana nathi abanezandla ezifuthumele, who are not violent, who are not stubborn. So the problem now with generalization is that it's not helpful.
This is Life, Love, and All every Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Let's talk on Life, Love, and All with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Call Mapaseka Mokwele now on 086 000 2479. Send your voice notes on WhatsApp to 060-584-2250.
All right, it's 24 after 7. I'm not supposed to be saying anything right now, Bongani. Go for it.
Okay. We are on the Rancho story, actually. The number, Mr. Tu Utsweri, there's a Rancho.
Yeah. Mar Ichore, Life, Love, and All on Radio 2000. Oban. Okay, sit chulo, skawar.
Yeah. Re go crash course, re tlo fitla. By time na tlo ka fitla tla be se ke itshwere. Yeah, tla be ke itshwere ka 9.
Okay, so to the Rancho. But again, let's remind our listeners that they can call us and send us voice notes if you'd like to ask a question or have a chat with us. You can call on 086 000 2479 or send us your voice notes on 060 584 2250. Remember, we are on Insta as well. Instagram, Radio 2000_ZA. Same as Twitter and Facebook, Radio 2000. In fact, we are coming to you live on Radio 2000 ZA. That's on Facebook, and Radio 2000_ZA on YouTube. On Instagram, on Twitter at Mapaseka Mokwele, at Galuvalo, at Tibos ZA. That's where we all are. All right. So, Rancho story.
Yes.
And just quickly, my kampu.
Yeah.
Little king.
I'm a Honamu. Something like that.
Honamu. So we go to the Rancho. I go to the Rancho with a guy on Shela.
The same one?
No, another guy. Another one.
Sure. Miss Soweto.
Yeah.
Hot proper.
Yeah.
So I'm there at the Rancho with this guy, Washela. He's with his child and I'm with my nephew. He phones, Mokwele phones. Hi.
First call or?
This is like second or so.
Couple of, okay, sure.
So he's like, guy. I'm at the Rancho. He says, oh, that's interesting.
I was doing an OB from there.
So okay. I've just finished an OB. So I'm like, oh, okay. He says, Omokai. Without thinking, I tell him, solo. And then just as I say it, I think, oh, damn. Can I get somebody? And I think, anyway, it's nothing. This guy's not my boyfriend. He's just coming. He wants to maybe just say hi. What does he do when he gets there? He obviously sees that I'm with another guy. He walks straight there, looks at the guy, holds my face and goes, mwah.
Mr. T.
Smack
Mr.
bam.
T. Yeah.
Hola.
These are the tips, Khalifam.
Guys,
Hola.
smack bam on my lips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there stuck. And then he says, oh, busy. No, it's fine. Katang. And then I'll take you out for dinner tonight. So I'll see you later. Cool. I'll pick you up later. And he walks away.
Yes.
And I'm left once again
Answering questions.
to answer
Yeah.
questions. Until this guy kere mara emabil. I get un bonor game mo. O bonor utle yana usunenna.
Yeah.
So-
Na karniksi yana usunenna.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't say nothing. And of course, we went on a date later that evening. I was too scared to have him pick him up at my place, so he came to pick me up at my sister's house. My mom and my sister.
I met the mom that very night.
Yeah.
And you introduced yourself.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
As the?
No,
As the guy who's taking me out on a date.
Yeah, Thabo Mokwele le guy mama re teng ke kopa.
Okay.
And
Ra
then,
wa khutla ra tswa fela roja wa khutla.
Okay.
and then we went on a date, and we came back. Here we are.
And then how did he propose?
Oh, no, I actually ran away. Actually.
When?
No, a week later, a week after that, a week after our first date, Mokwele sent me, I think, 9 SMSs.
Telling her the future.
Telling
Yeah.
me, Hore, I love you. You are Mrs. Mokwele. You are going to have my kids. I've decided I'm set. It's done. Let's get married. I'm like, abutio.
So you were not in the mind space.
No, I'm like, huh? What if Agna Nix like him Nabuya? What if it's not compatible? What
Yeah.
if, what
This
if,
is just second week.
what if it's not make sense?
You see, that's the thing about it, that when you know, you do know.
Uh-huh.
You can't explain it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So even when you ask me, how did you know? I don't know. I just knew.
You just had that confidence.
I just knew.
And
I
it was
just
a leap
knew.
of faith.
Yeah.
I must say, it was a scary thing.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
was
she
scary.
ran for 6 months.
I ran away for 6 months,
Yeah.
6 full months, because it was
avoiding me for 6
it was
months.
a scary
Not taking calls,
After that,
not
yeah.
seeing you.
Yeah. No, it was a scary thought because, the whole idea was you've met guys who are forever thinking they're hot property and all of that. And here's this guy who's literally saying, now let's get married.
Let's
And
do
you're
this
like,
thing.
yo. Alright. So
And you are around what age of Spasi at that time?
I'm
Mr. T1, huh?
26. I'm 26.
No?
I'm 25. You're right.
25.
You're right. I'm 25. He's 27 at that time.
Okay.
And then I disappeared for 6 months. He couldn't find me until he phoned me a private number.
Ska drop.
I get what He's like, "Ska drop a kilwan." Ke batla fela ba chomi ya hao. It's okay.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend now.
I have a girlfriend. You're like, ow. Ke mang lebitso la hae? O tlo lebitso la hae. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Now I'm happy for you. He's like, yeah, so let's chat. I'm like, yeah, okay, so we chat. And then later that evening, later that
evening she calls me.
I didn't call you. I sent you a text.
Hey, she
You
sends
on
me a
air?
text. Yeah, I was on air. I was doing my night show on Metro. She called me and said, I can't sleep.
What's wrong?
No. He was
No,
playing
also-
nice music, and obviously we used to chat. So I was like, oh, I'm listening to you, and
All of a Sunday.
I'm struggling to
After
fall
6
asleep.
months.
Yeah,
please.
I'm falling asleep. I can't fall asleep. I was like, okay, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And
he
as
rushed
we
it.
say,
The rest is
Yeah.
history.
the rest
No,
is
he came to my house, and then we went to Durban a week later.
Yeah.
I think that the following weekend we went to Durban Kamsabit.
Yeah.
We had a car wash thing.
Because we used to do car washes with Metro to raise money for NPOs. And we had one
Good
Durban.
Durban.
It was huge.
It was huge, yeah.
So we, the on-air talent, washed cars to raise money.
Oh, yes.
It was huge.
Bekangiculela Bongani, and nobody knew what was
So
happening.
how did he propose?
Bekangiculela, like this. It was so. Do you know how exciting that was? Because you're sitting in the middle of like a whole group of your colleagues. They know nothing about what is happening. And here's this guy playing Cortez and pointing at me. And of course, I am a Cortez. And I was wearing a stogo.
Afaki sport.
Yes, Mr. T.
Yeah, sasa kona last sport.
He still has. He took my sporty and he kept it. He still has
I still
it.
have it.
Yeah. So, well, of course, after that, then we started dating. Nobody knew for a while because we started dating October the 19th.
She knows the date.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mr. T.
Yeah.
No.
Ah.
How did
Yeah,
judge?
oh, do you remember what today is? I'm
Yeah.
like, it's anniversary.
Is it?
About which one?
Yeah.
Like, which one?
So, Aspasi, this man says to you, Kaurata, I want to marry you, Bana, and so on. You get a shock of your life,
You're
you
right.
disappear. You come back, you agree.
Well, I
What
agreed to
is-
them, Jolo.
But he proposed.
No, let me tell you. I actually agreed to them, Jolo. first. That's what he sold then. He was like,
Yes.
okay. I see you're a bit scared. Let's go to
Was a
Durban.
hotel or yeah.
We went to Durban. We woke up the following morning and he was like, so Ranya like it. I was like, how?
Yeah, pay like it and replace the pause.
So he was
They're
like,
still on the mission.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he's like,
6 months later, I'm like, no, my story hasn't changed.
Yeah.
so, he was
So
like,
are we pressing
Aranya.
play now? Are you ready for play?
I still thought he wasn't serious. I must be honest. I thought he wasn't so serious about it. We came back and really our relationship then took off. And it was lovely. I mean, I had the most beautiful time. And then I remember it was around December where he said to me, my dad wants to see us. And I was like, oh. No, in November he got sick. Armona mfonela. Armona uskatla ko spetlele ka 10, utle ka 1. And here I am thinking, ke chulo. Hona le otlang ho seng ke chulo. Ke tsibile, you know? So of
Yeah.
course I'm like, whatever. I'll just go at 1 o'clock.
Hunter was planning that they bump into
To each
other.
other.
So I meet up with his dad there. And
We'll
The
get to
plan,
the
I wanted
family
them to
part.
bump into
Yeah.
each other.
So, Mr. T, you didn't do the Western engagement. You just simply said, I'm still back onto the
Yeah, I was
plan.
still back there.
Let's go there.
Answering your question on how I proposed. I mean,
I'm still waiting.
we
for a
were
proposal.
sitting on my bed, and I looked at her, said, "You're moving in, right?"
And I said, no.
She said, "No, you are."
And I'm like, no.
I said, "Okay, I'm sending the truck. I'm sending the van to your house. You decide what you want to do with this furniture. Your furniture and my furniture. You decide."
Wait, Mr. T. So, where are you guys in your careers? I know at some point we'll talk about careers. When you're saying to somebody, "Truck ke ya Romela, I'm going to be taking your things."
No,
where
the
are
story,
you
what he's
career-wise?
forgetting, the truck was Romelad. It was after Mahadi. Because,
Oh, yeah,
remember,
yeah.
because in December, he then said to me, my dad wants to see us. So I go there, I'm thinking, I wonder, and as I get there, the dad says to me, so wow, Samokholo, he's been telling you that he wants to get married, but you don't believe him. And I was like, oh.
So his dad knows.
So his dad knows. So I was
yeah.
like, oh, so it's that serious. I really didn't think it
think
was
so.
that serious. And as I was still shocked, I was handed over the letter.
I gave her the letter.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Tsamaisa.
Tsamaisa letter ko
Deliver.
hae. I was like, oh, like that.
That's how you propose, man.
Yeah.
And then I took the
Okay.
letter.
Sing
Make your intentions clear. 1 year in, ka surprise go public place without disappointing.
Yeah.
No.
Kapa I miss baka se siteleng, not sure whether she's doubting.
Hey.
Kapa wa nahana,
Why
kapa o
nahana?
shocked.
I
Yeah.
obatla moral support from strangers. But I say yes, say
Yeah.
yes. Really too.
Yeah.
No, then,
Actually-
yeah. So after that, then Mahadi happened soon after. So remember, we started going out on the 19th of December. 19th of October. December, Jan, Mahadi Azwa. And after Mahadi and everything else. And I was still like, yeah, Mahadi Azwile, but wait, we are still to get married. And he was like, no, actually, we are married.
On your
Done.
birthday, then let's just
Yeah.
do the
So
whole party then.
Then we did the wedding. In fact,
Kabe there how?
when we told our colleagues, it was 2 weeks to our wedding. And we were like, hi guys, we have an announcement. I remember we had a bus parade. We had a work bus parade type thing.
Just ice.
Yeah.
Hey, Mokwele. Rona ra shuma wena o just stop.
I will never forget those words.
Ramohlola type of character.
That's just ice for you.
So Mr. T, you guys now are walking into this union. You had walked to her home. She directed you to the sister's house, Oilomokopa, for the date. I want to understand. And now also you are directing her to the hospital so that she coincidentally meets your dad.
Yeah.
I want to understand where family setup. Do you have dad, mom? What is the, what is the belief? What is the culture? What is the belief of marriage? Christianity? Are we traditional? Do we introduce boys or not?
Yeah.
Because at times when we are in transit in relationships, Babang can't introduce until you fitla lengwalo.
Yeah,
Babang, you
yeah,
must
yeah,
come
yeah.
and fetch them at home.
Yeah, true.
So the thing is, with us, we were both staying at our own places. We were both working. And in fact, we were both hectic work-wise. We were at Metro, and I was at TV News and Newsbreak, I think. Morning Live and Newsbreak, something like that. And then so what happened was Nikidula Kotlin Vista, and he stayed in his place in Midrand. But my parents were there, my mom and dad, Kopimvili. His dad was there, Kotembi. His mom had just passed away a year before.
Yeah.
A year before we met. Kohaye, they'd always been a traditional family, mom and dad, very loving. They were in love until the day my father died, and I still think my mother's still in love completely. So they were there, you know, and I grew up under that love and marriage and. The introduction of boys, not necessarily to my dad, even though I was very close to my dad, but I would chat with my mom. And I still do, you know, I would chat with my mom about, you know, whatever's happening. That guy. So she knew, there's this Mokwele character. So that was not too difficult to introduce to her. She was just shocked at how fast it moved because I don't think I updated her from the first date to
the second half of that date.
To Lingolo, you know. It was just okay, nothing. That's it. Nothing. That's it. I didn't even tell her Kibalil. So it was like, thing, you know, until then the letter thing came. So when I took the letter, my father was like, oh. My mother was like, oh, that guy. Like, okay, that was quick, you know, that type of thing. But his dad obviously knew.
Yeah.
And he had introduced me to his sister already. So the sister already knew as well. My brother was in Cape Town at that point. My sister was here. And of course, he had met my sister. My mom and my sister might as well be the same person. They're that close. They're like, so if you've told one, you've told the other. So they knew what was happening, you know. So yeah, that's what it was.
So Mr. T, how do you have a conversation with your dad because of you are at that age, or has it been a cordial relationship where you can talk about how you relate with girls, and so on?
Yeah, you don't necessarily talk about the details because I come from a petty man, who very strict, and he even said it, don't introduce anyone until you are sure. So that was his, you know, way of doing things. So I had to be sure before I could do anything. So I was sure of what I was doing and I was ready. And that's when he was like, oh, okay. And I could even see even the way he talks and treats me is different now. Oh, now I'm talking to a man. I'm not talking to a boy.
The first time he met me was at the hospital, like it. Well, actually, the mom's unveiling, but it was not formal. It was not like, this is my girlfriend. You know, it was like, oh, and that's it, you know. And then comes the hospital story. So as I walk into the hospital, I see him, and of course I recognize him. I'm like, Dumelang, Lekai, Reteng. And I'm like, what do I do now? And I walk straight along, and I can see him looking at me, you know. So I walk in, and we chat, and I say to him, is that your dad outside? And he's like, oh, yeah. The dad walks in. Mokwele's in hospital. He's sick. The dad walks in and says, Tagza. Namita Tagza. 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 Ankapera. So I'm already thinking, really? This sick guy must kappa you? Okay. Sick guy gets off the bed, and as they walk out, before the dad closes the door, he says, now
Then there were no yellow bones.
And whatever.
Really?
Wow.
That one.
Wow.
Because like today, somebody would have said, oh, kill yellow bone, you know. But then, that's a yellow bone.
I don't even that was never a thing.
It does not.
It was never a thing. It was more of your girl type of thing. And the dad was like, as he walked out, and when he walked in with this huge smile on his face, and I'm like, okay.
Because you're getting endorsement from your dad, man. I mean, what more?
Yes.
It's like as an entrepreneur, you've been trying to launch a product and you've been struggling to get, you know, all the, you know, authorities, SAPS for instance, to give you that stamp of approval. Now you have it, so you're ready to go to market. Aren't you going to celebrate? Definitely you're going to celebrate.
So Mr. T, Kimo, Lishapo, Linyetsi, you have settled. What I don't want I don't want the details of the first conflict, but when did you guys have the first conflict where you guys thought, gotta even leave this thing, our marriage was just bad?
Oh, no, hold on. Before that, Palisa, our daughter, is listening, and she says, no, please tell them how on the day when you went to the hospital, you decided to dress like a baddie. Because I thought maybe there's another girl who's there.
Yes.
Bongani.
Oh, so you went to like
these hot, tight pants with zips all the way up to the side.
Yes.
Listen here. Shirty, open, sexy things, nice things. Okay?
Revealing things at the back.
Listen, so as I walk in, I see that I'm like, whoa, okay, wait a minute.
What pillar same time is the
I'm like, wait.
You don't know pillar same time.
As people are falling, can we take a break?
Sure. Let's take a break. We'll come back just now.
Call Mapaseka Mokwele now on 086 000 2479. Send your voice notes on WhatsApp to 060 584 2250.
After a 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace, Liverpool is hunting for nothing but victory at Anfield against Wolverhampton Wanderers. However, the Wolves are also not impressed that all they got from their last clash against Fulham was a single point. They want to climb the ladder at the expense of the Reds.
There's the shot. Oh, what a goal. And Wolves are back in it.
Will the Reds walk away with 4 points? Or will the Wolves be happy visitors after the final whistle?
On a roundabout, Robertson! It's always Liverpool. It's always late. Never write them off.
Do not miss out on the superb vibe. Liverpool versus Wolverhampton Wanderers this Wednesday, 1st of March, live at 10 p.m. on SABC1. Hashtag We Love It Here. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
Life, love, and all. Recap.
I'm going to play you just a little clip of what Something Soweto says. He says, baby wam, ithi ngikutshele ngifuna ungizwe ayafana ama-gents. Is it really the case that we should be grouping all men and saying banji? Full stop. Let's go to the voice notes.
Hi, Mapaseka. Ke karabo mo Timbisa. Nna ke re ko wena ke re abatshwane because nna ke na le motho wa ka since re na le 7 years. Ai nna a ka ze ka tla ka bona di problems.
I love that. That's another Sistoli. Sistoli Tina si right. I'm happy to hear that.
This is Life, Love, and All every Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Let's talk on Life, Love, and All with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Relationship Tuesday on Life, Love, and All with Mapaseka Mokwele, Radio 2000.
We are back, and actually, if you're not in the studio, you know that we are talking about love. We're concluding the month of love on Life, Love, and All. I'm Bongani Luvalo, and I'm the guest host tonight. And actually, before we go to calls, you can send your messages on WhatsApp line 060-584-2250. And also on Twitter is Radio 2000_ZA. Facebook is Radio 2000. And also on Instagram at Radio 2000_ZA. We'll start with calls.
All right. Khonse, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Khonse. Oh, Bongani.
Hi, Khonse.
Hi, Bongani.
How are you, Khonse?
No, the thing is, Nasaboni.
Okay, first and foremost, Bongani, hi, how's it?
I'm good, Khonse. How are you, my brother?
I'm fantastic. Brati?
My bro?
I'm
good, Papi. How are you?
I'm good. Brati, I'm sure you didn't shot your shot today.
I just gave you a crash course on how to shoot your shots.
Brati, number one, I'm the biggest fan. I love you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
The love that you have with Mapaseka, I love it so much. Brati, there was a point where I watched a Netflix series, a couple, celebrity couple, which were advising other couples on how to behave, and it was like a retreat. And I remember I tweeted and I tagged you with Sis Mapaseka, and I wish Brati and Sis Mapaseka would do this kind of show. The only thing that you did was to like it, but then I'm still on that thing. Your relationship is the best relationship that I know thus far. I remember when you were interviewing Thomas Musingana and Skumba, you asked Thomas Musingana, how does it feel to be Mapaseka and Thabo? And then you just laughed. because of how your relationship is. But I admire you guys. Ask Mapaseka. I admire you guys. I just had to come to Radio 2000 and then just give praise to your relationship through divorce and coming back together again, and then being the force of the relationship that you are. It's inspirational. I wish my wife is listening right now because I'm out in the street. I wish she's listening, and then we just want to be like you because we admire you. Thank you for what you guys are. Thank you for what you guys are in radio. And but I go radio before. Go TNT, like that. Yeah, I wish to be like you wherever you are. Right now, where you are, I'm not allowed to mention the radio station, but the way you are, I admire you, Khotmanaga. I like you so much. The last time I saw you, the wash also way too. I was playing alongside you. Yeah. You didn't give me the time of day because you only did it hard. But then that didn't make me lose respect for you. And I'll always support you. I'll always support us Mapaseka. So I switch between two radio stations. Just so you know.
Yeah, on note like I'm upgrade, my brother. Thanks.
Utleka motoba national, utsamobe regional. Ganjalo ganjalo.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, my bro.
Thanks,
sharp.
Let's go to Jan Kopolokwane.
Hi, Jan.
Evening, Bongani.
Evening, Jan. How are you?
I'm together. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Yeah, I represent mother tongue. I know it's commercial radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free.
I would like to congratulate Nkeladito Mo, Toye Mokwele.
Toya Thabana Slemaka Patla Mokwele Mpengishi Abima.
Utlamsariate.
Ke tsala wa tseba buti o re tliseditse mosadi wa ka ra TV. I'm proud of you. Kore on for motivation. On point people, life is possible, and then we are proud of you. Renaba Tokaka Mukari, now we kore born. We were been supporting you since through and through. What's about your whole let's try and fella the hour. Let's try and make it take a and then this is the show. Let me listen to this.
No, le tamishe ditlou tse dingwe ka mo le batokwa ba botse ra a ona motokwana
go bone ka kwa gore ngalo ke paletse go bolela le wena because nako tso tse motivate bana ka di winter school before COVID re paletse go bolela bater tata re apa
a re tapa botse e le sana mo go tabantšha diphiri.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rajan.
All right, sure.
Thanks, Rajan. Let's take a last caller. Brati Thabo from Newcastle.
Well, the last caller for now.
For now, yes, of course.
Thabo, hi.
I think we've lost Thabo.
All right.
We're still talking about.
We're still talking
conflict.
About
conflict. What became the first conflict that shook you guys and you thought, khanti lenyalong go so, khanti my person also, and how did you guys navigate from there?
I'm trying to remember.
So am I. It's such a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's interesting. We remember all the details of Jolo, but the conflicts.
And not because we're trying
because
to.
they're not there.
No, they are there. Well, no. Look, I mean, one of the biggest thing, and then this will be for any couple, because remember when we started staying together, the whole cohabiting becomes an issue.
Yeah,
I have my ways, she has her ways, so we're trying to find the sweet spot for both of us.
He's almost OCD.
Yeah, so she's carefree.
Yes.
Okay, so me, I want order.
Yes.
She's like, no, relax.
Yeah.
So you see, in the beginning, I feel like, no, but at the same time, you're forgetting, Hore, who's trying to open you up to the other side of you. That's why you're together.
Yes.
My order became somewhat something she adopted into her lifestyle. And then she, without me seeing it, I couldn't help but be carefree.
Yeah.
She'll say to me, you are tired.
Sleep. Rest. You've been working hard.
And because she said it, I'll do it. But if she doesn't, I'm on about. I'll find something to be busy.
Okay, I got through saying from a gig, from 5 gigs. Okay, walks in, got through saying I can go to Kubong. Got 60 was we are car. Arawakilo Shaban. I saw we Robala in Zelo right.
Yes.
Lauka check I got 10. It like Zelo right. Sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So and you can imagine that conflict happens immediately. All right, it happens immediately because like, I man, come on, change our way, man. So soon you realize, hey, wait a minute, this conflict here. You see it, but obviously in retrospect, oh man, it's opening me up to something.
And also, I mean, you're used to your own habits and your own way of doing things, and the same with him. But yeah, we'll talk more about that.
Okay, let's take a break and then we'll continue on that.
Catch the Life, Love and All podcast on radio2000.co.za.
Oh, ziyakhala ke manje. It's back. It's bigger. It's Rama time at ShopRite. This Wednesday to Sunday only. Hurry and save up to 40% on homeware, small appliances, outdoor, DIY and much more. Get our top things for Fetu, like a 1.7 liter Essentials Black Cordless Kettle for a low 150, an Essentials Twin Spiral Hot Plate for only 200, and a 6-piece Bon Voyage Casserole Value Set for just 250. Don't miss out on Rama this Wednesday to Sunday, 1 to 5 March. Only at ShopRite.
This February, it's Tembaletu versus Castro, the community against corruption. Tune in to The Estate, weekdays at 7 p.m. only on S3.
Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Relationship Tuesday on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka Mokwele, Radio 2000.
We are back on Life, Love and All. Reducili Auspasi, Mr. T. Guys, you should see this picture. But I'm sure they are born now because we're streaming live on YouTube and also on Facebook. I'm sure you can see this beautiful picture that I'm seeing here. And but before we get back to the conversation, I think let's take some voice notes on WhatsApp.
Hi guys on Radio 2000. This is Mapaseka. I keep it up with Butibus. I love Intoyenu. I have plenty of your pictures, guys, on my phone. I love you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Hey, today is Yakala. What's up again? Mamele, the interview in Tontoni at the couple sitting. Hey, I was passing. Carota to a little security there. That he wasn't now Saba.
Aus Mapaseka le ntate Thibos bathong ke le rata ka lerato. There's always some truth eleng gore Aus Mapaseka why represent in us as women. And that is really, really, really appreciated. And the fact that amongst men, there's a nice gentleman that it was. Some facts about men and what's good about them and what's not good about them. We really appreciate you. Every time I'm like, oh, this couple is from another world. We really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you. This is Tebo from Kempton Park.
Thank you, Tebo.
Great show.
Thank you, T.
Good evening, Aus Mapaseka. Good evening, Tibos. Guys, okay. I'll come to the host with greetings, but I need to say this first. You guys, I don't know if you know how much of a power couple you are. Like, okay. I follow you. I've been following you for years. I don't even remember when I started following you guys, simply because I love your relationship and I love what you do, the gifts that you have, the talent and everything. But most of all, I love how you love. That's what I love with you guys. And Mapaseka,
hello.
Kishara birthday le motho wa gago ne.
Hi, man.
He's 50, I'm 46.
All right. He's not 50, he's 49.
I'm reading your book. Pause.
Yeah.
Mapaseka, I listen to your show whenever I can. Well, load shedding these days has its own thing, but guys, now you inspire me. One day, talk, we will reach your level. Trust you, me. You inspire me a lot.
Thank you, Ntabi.
Thank you very much, Ntabi Singh. Power goals, relationship goals, power couple. Billboard. Billboard go tembisa there. Look, Ospas, Mr. T, while we talk about the complexity of relationships, and I think everyone wants to succeed in a relationship, education, career, family, bana, but in a relationship, there comes a time when either both of you love education or one of you is comfortable with that one degree and the other one wants to pursue, And I there's somebody sitting at home and thinking we are conflicting around issues of, academics, because it consumes a lot of time. And I think I would want us to just refit around your academics, because I know at some point in time, Mr. T, you were doing your master's, I was Barcelona, you were back going to school. How did you guys navigate that? Because of you are having a family, it's 1,000 jobs this side, and then it's your love nest. How do we navigate all of those?
Sure.
Let's start here.
Okay. You know what, Bongani? The one thing that I think has always helped us is that we're friends. So as friends, we know our dreams and aspirations and the deepest, darkest, The one thing that my father asked Mokwele to do was, whatever you do, make sure she goes back to school. So when I went back, just the year after my father died, I went back and did my honors. And it was Mokwele who also said to me, listen, we promised Papa that you're going to do this. So I went back, I did my honors, and that went fine. And after the honors, in fact, I think I was doing my second year, the honors, when he started doing his masters. And we made it work. I always say to people, we have the same 24 hours that everybody has. But it's about prioritizing your time. Sure. But also because we're friends, when we're feeling tired and the other one's feeling down, you're able to push each other, you're able to help. And even at times when you feel like is not picking up, what they should be, he would say to me, I pay how.
Yeah. Like a simple example, challenge each other. I mean, you are a team, right? Challenge each other. Let's pull up, and don't even make it about yourself, because maybe you might be feeling, hey, maybe it's too much pressure. Okay, I was like, okay, let's set a bar for the kids then. Let's show them it's possible. And when I finished my master's, I said to her, I'm not going to put it up on the wall until you get yours.
Do you know he didn't put up his certificate on the wall? He said to me, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to wait for yours. Yeah. So when I got mine and we framed it, he was like, okay, now they can both go up. Yeah. Of course, there's a challenge that's on the table now. We both haven't started it, but the challenge is out.
The PhD.
The PhD challenge is out.
And I can attest, when both of you were still at the private school, I would find Mr. T studying in the cubicle in your desk, Kokaya FM, and Auspasi would be doing a show.
Yes.
And it was one of those things where, okay, so wherever you guys are moving, the other one does work, the other one does skolo, And I like what you're saying, where at some point in time, you don't need to make it about yourself. But Mr. T, as Mjita, how then do you navigate when you don't want to pursue academics, but your partner wants to? But I think let's take a break.
I'll tell you this, it's actually the other way around. So we'll talk about
it. Let's just go and pay rent.
Let's do this,
and then when we come back.
Before paying the rent, let's actually go for news. It's 8 o'clock now. Time now for the news with Evelyn Tongwane, and then we take over just after this.
Mino.
If you missed it, catch the rewind on radio2000.co.za.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Thank you. The top story is Tshwane Mayor vows to build investor confidence, and DAMP Kachelia alleges that ANC caters corrupted Eskom. Good evening, I'm Evelyn Tongwani. The new city of Tshwane Mayor, Muruna Magwarela, says he wants to build investor confidence. He won the mayoral election this afternoon. Magwarela, a COPE representative, received 112 votes against former DAMP Celia Brink, who scored 101 votes. They were the only two candidates nominated to contest the position. Magwarela was nominated by the ATM. Magwarela says his priority is to rebuild the Tshwane Metro and make it a destination of choice for investors.
Let's build a financially resilient city, a city that works, a city that is clean, a city that investors would be proud to invest in, a city that embraces technology, a city that creates opportunities for our people. We will create safer communities, and I will ensure the rule of law is upheld.
A DA member of the National Assembly, Khalib Kachalia, alleges that ANC caters corrupted Eskom under the watch of Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan and President Cyril Ramaphosa. Kachalia was speaking during members' statements during a plenary session by the National Assembly.
Honourable Gordhan, Mantashe and Mabuza have been caught with their pants down. In fact, the entire ANC has its rump exposed over the Eskom Doreta affair. The truth is, Mbeki refused to listen to advice that called for investing in additional power generation and ran the utility into the ground. Zuma and the Guptas treated it like their own spaza shop. Machela Koko and Brian Molefe's idiotic freeze on private power agreements, while ANC embedded cadres corrupted the entity on Mr. Gordhan and Mr. Ramaphosa's watch.
Meanwhile, EFF MP Nazia Paulson accused Gordhan of hypocrisy when it comes to corruption and for protecting Andre de Ruyter when he was still Eskom's CEO.
According to de Ruyter, Mr. Gordhan then told him that he must do his work and allow the senior members of the ruling party to loot Eskom. The hypocrisy of Mr. Gordhan would be astounding. For years, he has been claiming to be a clean person, fighting against the so-called elements that instigated state capture in the country. Even his attack on de Ruyter after the interview was hypocritical.
And finally, the Mahikeng local municipality in the northwest says they are addressing the concerns raised by protesting community members in Denville. This after residents took to the streets, blockading the R503 Lincoln-Lichtenberg and Mahikeng and other internal roads, calling for accelerated service delivery. Police fired rubber bullets to disperse protesting residents to allow traffic to flow on the R503. The spokesperson for Mahikeng local municipality is Johnny Nkwani.
We patch potholes, but on this one currently, we are experiencing a challenge with regard to that. We know the streets there, the school street, that is problematic, and we are going to attend to it. We do sometimes experience challenges with regard to provision of water. But together as Ngaka Modiri Mulema municipality and Makhalis Water, we work around the clock and work very hard to provide and restore water provision in Denville.
And the top story this hour, the new city of Tshwane Mayor Muruna Magwarela says he wants to build investor confidence. For Radio 2000 News, I'm Evelyn Tongwani. More news at 9.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Life, love, and all. Recap.
Very good evening to you. My name is Brian Mofokeng. Coming up in a bit, it is Maschaba. Today is Thursday. Mapaseka, Mapaseka. I lost my glasses, sorry.
We help the nation Monday to Thursday.
That is from that part. The Maschaba part comes from that part, not from your name.
Listen, we'll let it slide. It's okay. But I can tell you what's happening on the show.
What's happening tonight? Yeah.
In the second hour, are you orgasming?
You see, that is where the Maschaba comes in.
Yes.
I look forward to the Thursday because I know.
The Thursday second hour, your favorite.
No, the first hour. No, the first hour.
This is Life, Love, and All every Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Trusted talk on Life, Love, and All with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. Call Mapaseka Mokwele now on 086 000 2479. Send your voice notes on WhatsApp to 060 584 2250. Relationship Tuesday on Life, Love and All with Mapaseka Mokwele. Radio 2000.
Thank you very much. That was Evelyn Tongwane with the news at 8 o'clock. She'll be back at 9 o'clock, top of the hour. Auspasi, Mr. T, we're still hanging out with the power couple, the national couple. I think that's what we should give them.
But it's a Minister of Electricity.
No, Minister of Relationships. No, relationships. Or electricity and relationships. Electricity and relationships. So that the relationship had this at Hantle, Lidikenye.
Kamohara? Electricity.
Yeah. But we're not
straight. I'm being reminded. Yes. Valentine I was with her, yes. So, Mr. T, we're talking about careers and we're talking about being in sync and having to, both of you are in pursuit of, furthering your academics. But what happens when one partner does not want to further their academic career? I mean, their academics, just wants to focus on their career. They're fine with first degree or junior degree. How do you navigate that? Especially Majida, because of somehow when our partners want to pursue, further studies, we tend to, be intimidated or think there's something fishy around. How do we navigate that?
I think the first thing you must first do is why. Mm-hmm. Why? Because for instance, I could easily say you must study. About why? Mm-hmm. Because we promised you that you are going to finish your studies. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh yeah. And then she gets motivated to do it. I do my master's up and I say to her, but you must do your master's too. And she says, why? Mm-hmm. I'm like, because I want our kids to know that it is possible to reach this level. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's compelling. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So even if she said no, the reason would have still kind of haunted her. Mm-hmm. And she might come back and say, maybe not a master's. Can I do something else? Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, she has her long life dream has always been to be a medical doctor, right? Mm-hmm. And if money was no issue, I can tell you now, she will probably be in medical school, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things. It's the why. Sometimes Majita or anyone in the relationship wants to push down their fear and worries on the other without giving the why. Mm-hmm. Right? And the why sometimes could be as frivolous as, I want us to be safe and secured in knowing that should I lose my capacity to work, mm-hmm. you'll be able to carry us forward. Mm. And let's say she's the one who's emancipated, right? And she's bringing in the bunch of
the bacon.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, I feel, should you have this, I don't have to stress. Mm-hmm. And if that why is compelling, this is why.
Sorry. You just started talking on my phone. Dude.
Stop it. Relationship goals.
I know.
You even live in each other's phones.
I'm the only one who's omnipresent, and she's making me omnipresent now. You see,
whatever.
So what I'm saying is, it's the why, and if it's compelling enough, and important enough, she will comply or he will comply. Mm-hmm. And it starts with the why. I think you must read the book by Simon Sinek. He talks about that. What's your why? Mm-hmm. Why are you doing what you're doing? By the way, are you aware, and this is the conversation we were having just yesterday, that look at the return on investment on education today compared to the industrial era. And when I'm talking about industrial era before 2000, it is not the same. How the money and time you put into your education yields less than it used to, right? Because at the time, it gave you a foot in the door that you have this thing. Today, would you say your MBA will really break down a wall? People without it are making money sitting at home. So the question is, what is that one thing you need for competitive advantage? What is it? Have we adapted our model, the way we were raised, to fit today's society? Have we? All right? I mean, the simple case right now is when your child says to you, I need to take a gap year and I need to go, say, Europe and
For a year.
For a year to figure out what I really, really want versus you paying for their studies for 4 years. I can tell you now, the return on investment on that 1 year, should you do the mathematics right now, outweighs the 4 years in varsity. And those are the uncomfortable conversations you need to, the current parent generation needs to be faced with. Well, that's our reality. It's there, right? So when she's pushing that agenda, man, get educated. Why?
What's happening?
Why?
But also we have different dreams.
Yes.
So, we get asked that question quite a lot. How do we get studying? Is it a good thing? And I'm like, you've got to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Does it work for you?
Yes.
Does it fit your space? We do what fits our space. Contrary to popular belief, we sit at home and we chill. If we're not working, we are chilling at home. So we make time for those things, and that's the same thing. You will make time for the education. You will make time to sit by yourself. You will make time to be together. You will make time for the children, for everyone else, and everything else in between.
Sure.
So
and
even
should you ask me even now, sorry to cut in, why do I want to do a PhD? Kana why?
Bragging rights.
You know why? Because I want
Bragging
to wear a cap
rights.
written Dr. DJ.
Yeah.
That's I'm willing to go through a 3-year pain just to wear that cap. Dr. DJ. That's it.
I don't know what my cap is going to say because it won't say Dr. DJ. It'll Dr. M.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for bragging rights. And that is if I get to do it.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is now it's for fun.
And also, I think it doesn't have to be that deep. As long as you understand
guys,
the why.
are you enjoying what you're doing? Oh, maybe we need to emphasize that part.
Yeah. Are you having fun?
Hey, guys, enjoy. Hey, this life is short, eh?
Yes.
So you've got to enjoy what you're doing.
Are you enjoying what you're doing?
You've got to enjoy, even with the person that you are with. Are you enjoying? We're talking about our relationships complicated. Are you enjoying
the complexities?
The complexities. Yes. Are you enjoying the relationship
itself?
No, are you enjoying the fight?
Are you able to sit and actually have fun?
No, I looked at her oddly the other day. She was like, "Oh, I enjoyed that fight. That fight was good." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, no, it was good because it was an exchange.
Yes.
You had your views.
I had mine.
And we came to a point.
Yes.
No, a point. We didn't have to agree.
You agreed to disagree.
I understand where you come from.
Yeah.
You understood where I come from. It doesn't have. You don't have to exhaust it.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, there's Judge Zondo there on some. The verdict therefore is.
Yeah.
Hey.
And let's just quickly go to the calls, and then we'll take it from there. We've got Temba from PE. Brati, I think we've got so many T's that are coming. Good evening, Brati. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hi.
How are you?
The Mokwele.
Hello, hi.
I just want to say one thing. Now I'm a day one Prativos, brother to the night, Starlight.
Yes, sir.
My God. And my matric yearbook, the name is Temba Tibuski.
Yes.
All because I used to follow you. I just want to say you guys are phenomenal. Now I don't just follow anyone. I don't even call radio stations. I just listen. But when it's you, it will perfect.
Yeah.
Owen.
I've got the book. I'm reading the book and amazing stuff. And I just want to say, you guys must just keep on, and Modimo must give you all the blessings further for the rest of your life.
Thank you so much.
Tembalasa GQ, thank you, my out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Temba. Habaraki Tupafel. He went to the studio when he was doing
House of Tibos 2. The Revolution.
And then he's there. I'm telling the story and I wasn't even there. Yeah. But anyway. He's there and they're playing this song and he starts saying, get Tupafel. And they're like, wait, say that again?
Yeah.
Get Tupafel. It became a song.
And now I was giving direction because I think we're trying to get Antonio Lyons to come in. But we were worried because he's got, of course, the American accent. Will he be able to say, because he's got the most amazing voice when it comes to house music beats. So it's like, who? Like, no, let's give that direction. And then I think it was Joseph. I was like, T. Go on, I'm fine. And then Tupafela it came out as the first single of House of Tivos 2.
All right.
Let's go back to the lines. We've got Justice from Ejozini. Baba Justice, evening.
Right. No.
Okay, I think yabambia yeke umxakazi load shedding. Thabo in Newcastle.
Hello.
Hi Brati.
Hey Thabo ngempela.
Qasephile mntaka wena.
Nyamazi ke lo. Nyamazi lo. Lo nyamazi lo. Ha, webizo. Kunjani mfethu?
Hey, kimfethu ibile.
Lento dathenga incwadi eziwu20 zonke.
Yeah.
Wathatha istock sonke sise Newcastle ngihamba noJabu kaBhani. Nyamazi ke lo. Waqeda wasifaka kwashela lapha eNewcastle.
Marki.
Phela sekukhona nofethu.
Ungabingelela umuntu wangikuqala please.
Hi, yes.
Pasi baby, how are you my baby?
Lolo, bari pasi baby, how are you?
Kula ndaba uThabo nawe.
Oh, all right. Ngiright kunjani?
Ake nowakho wami.
Yebo. Nayilalela lapha endikewa nami sistrapping.
Sweet kunjani? Thambo lami leKentucky.
Berle Thambo, yani.
Bafethu niyaphila.
Asaphila mfethu wena.
Ngiyaphila mfethu. Guys, I don't know what to like more especially ukuthi na esinibukayo ukuthi menza impilo zethu but when you are the one like ngicela ukulandela wena before ngizofollowisha uMapaseka guys you are the one that yena ngenza ngathi yazi athi ngitholele ngishade manje ngenza ukuthi bathi ukushada ngathi nenkinga ngathi ngathi yazi ngiyabona ngathwalele ngishade lendaba kuthiwa ngathi umshado unenkinga guys angifuni ukubamba manga yabona ayikho into eniyenza kube emshado like brathi ngifika nalezi engcwadi endlini
yeah
ngathi mangifika nomuntu wakho wathathe yakho ayibeka lapho ngifuna ukuthi ndaqala nami ngathathe yami ngayibeka because we nani esasilalela ngakhona interview yoMapaseka la yathi ngathi yazi le ncwadi phela siyithola ngathi cha ngicela le ncwadi ifika nazo endlini eThande nomunye wathathe yakhe sayifunda sayiqeda ngathi yazi we decided that one of the days let's see the guys I think we need to one-on-one not ngoba kubheda ke but you need to ukuthi simbonge like more especially mina but bengi out meeting but not one day yazi nake ngishade if uThabo noMapaseka bezokwazi ukwenza kanjani bakwenza umshado nebemnandi guys this is a tutorial the other day I saw you how nilokhuza khona nengane zenu ngathi yazi namantwana amantombazane nomfana ngathi ngabangani like guys angifuni kamamanga ngiyayithanda le life I want that life
ngiyabonga bro
ingenza ngijazi nabona ukuthi lo muntu emshadweni eminingi I think fanele ni understand and communicate and let's become friends
there we go
thank you Brachi
bafethu ba ngithanda kakhulu kabi
thank you put
let's jump to Mr. K in Pretoria. Good evening, Mr. K.
Brachi.
Sengang.
Brachi.
Why is it?
How's Mapaseka?
Hello, hi.
Ligay.
Herten ligay.
Ganalo phone sometimes wala nakabi issues crowd sharing.
Okay.
Generally monna how go TNT so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are a year ahead of
Mara naki pasito feleze kae me bro.
Ah, ni like saying mara you are a year ahead of me. Thabo.
Wakalana Thabo. Artswebe pele wena.
Thabo.
Wala Mr. K.
Lebra ake hano ke daga ngwa hamedra mara ni I respect you guys.
Thanks,
like nobody's business.
Thank you, man.
And kinoko volunteer one change history somehow. Shingi ke le batho ba holo ba bolela sedimo tsa gore poela ya ja but wena o dire ntho ngwe le gore ya khona hala mo ratang o rata and I want to boela morago o se o pale nebra you got a beautiful wife you got a wife one of the buitsego one of the mekgwa and everything that's one thing that I want to say or keep it up. You are always inspiring me. You guys, two of you
la inspire guys. I want to reach that stage. I'm also married with 2 kids and everything.
Congrats.
Well, mathata hona mo phelong.
Mathata hona pela teng me bra.
How the road and so how bal mathata is how pala di ka ba holo ra tsana hare ra lema tshimo ya hola. Tshimo ka 20 meters. 20 to 80 meters, re di shebe 100 meters. Me bro, everything ka level. Everything is possible. That's all what I want to do.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, my bro.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. King.
Sure.
All right.
Auspas, Mr. T. Everyone talks about how much they admire and look at your relationship. And I think also because of the work that you do, you are in the public domain. There are those of us, Bongani, you are not even in the public domain, but the only thing that brings you in the public domain is social media, Facebook, or a poster, and then fights start. How do you guys handle the toxic attention? I'm sure Mr. T Mola wadlala ko all whitey. Somebody will phone Mr. Auspasi and says, baby wham, but there are things that could be, how do I show that? But this one is bordering on our relationship. How do you guys navigate that kind of an attention that seeks to bother into your marriage?
Work is work. And then my wife normally says,
oh yeah,
you see distinction. Yeah, there's a huge distinction. And I remember
Yo, yes. Nerle San City. Yo, guys, I must tell you the story. Nerle San City, and we were walking there hand in hand.
Yes. And not short left.
Yeah. And sharp. Ritu. Just the two of us.
We are not aware it is the summer weekend, summer awards.
Oh,
but and just in our true fashion, these things go way over our head. We relay for weekend, so we are there walking. This woman sees Mokwele. Amosheba, a screamer. Tibos, amo jumpela Tibos wahaye. Mokwele was holding my hand. Mamela mo. That woman omo jumpetsi anghulela kurantahlela baya fair hore toga mo wena. So I simply just stepped aside. Tshwara Mokwele mo haga obana haga ele. So Mokwele is like, okay, this is my wife. Oh hi. Oh Tibos. And she completely ignored me. But, and every time I tell the story, people say to me, but how come you didn't get upset? And I'm like, but she was excited to see Tibos. There's nothing wrong with that. She was excited to see Tibos. She could never be with my husband. She was with Tibos.
Yes.
And that's okay. I even offered to take a picture. I even offered. I even said to her, "Take a Lincoln snap." And I took her phone and I took pics, and she carried on. And as Mokwele tried to get closer to me and hold my hand, listen here, she was pulling him further away, holding him, hugging him, and I just thought, it's okay. Let her get excited. I told another friend not so long ago, but how do you survive? Your husband does gigs, 4-5 gigs on a day, weekend, things like that. He sees different girls. He does, and Kirwana, not once in the 21 years that I've known him, not once has he robalad malunde. Akisoka kichiga busiku bekirkia mosheba. When he gets to his gigs, even when I'm home, I get a text to say, I've arrived at this one. I'm at the next one for safety reasons. Then I know he's okay and whatever else. I'm on my way back. Cool, he gets home. He has never not slept at home. So I have never had to worry, hore. Sure, hey, what if tonight utlabana limang? It's never been my portion.
Auspasi, on those two, Mr. T, one, how do we save these complex relationships away from social media? Because I think some of these relationships, they suffocate there. How then do you advise Bongani and then Thabiseng or Lerato on how do we protect relationships from social media?
No, you see, we're making social media and we're giving it a bad name. Remember, take things back to basics. The two shall be together to do what?
To build.
to build away from who?
Their families.
And who?
And others.
And others. So meaning there's no other planet but
this one.
These two. So social media can again. That's the world outside. It can again. Right? Yes, right now we get consumed by always trolling because this is another addiction, right? TV was an addiction. There was a point where they said TV is going to ruin marriages because that's all men do. Just also watch TV. Before that, newspapers, right? Yeah, all this was to do to read newspapers. Social media is the new newspaper. What are the rules around your house? Runa, when it comes to when we sit on a dinner table, phones are not on the table.
And we've got the kids reminding us, just by the way.
No, we have chief whips. We call them chief whips. Chief whips will tell us, what is your phone doing on the table?
Yeah.
Remove that. No table, no phones on the table.
Lifika, our 12-year-old, will be number one to say, that phone shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Please move that phone from the table.
Yes.
Because we're sitting there and they're chatting. And then as you sit there, there's, Mommy, you know what? Or Daddy, you know what? Papa, you know what? Mama, Papa. And you're answering. Okay, when up, mang. But
now,
it's because it's a gift of family.
And now you find at night when I'm waiting for her to come back home, we'll talk, how was the day? And then she gets into bed, scroll and check whatever it is that she needs to check. And obviously she will get carried away and get into other things. And then Lena get, okay, she's still busy, let me look at mine. And then she says, do you know there's an unwritten rule? She says, what unwritten rule? She says, when I'm done with the phone, it means you're also done.
You must be done. Yeah.
So now it's a new rule.
Yes.
It's unfair, but it's a new rule.
So when I'm done and I put my phone down and I turn to look at him,
then I'm like,
he knows to put his phone down.
So I put my phone down.
Only you or...
No. He does do it sometimes, Len.
Okay.
You know, there are times when you find me on the phone and he'll put his phone down and the lights are off and I'll see from my phone, and then I'm like, is it time to put the phone down? And he'll say to me, yes, time to put the phone down.
Yeah.
And I'll immediately just put the phone down. And then we focus on us. But I think the other thing is, you know,
do not let the world outside dictate the energy inside.
Sure.
That's why
we've had our fair share of that.
Yes, and exactly that. And I think we can speak from there. Even family. Even family.
Mr. T asks about yourself. I want us to come back. Let's just quickly take voice notes. Then we'll come back on that questionnaire, family and the kids. But also I want us to go back to the point of accountability. I think Auspasi was talking about it, of having to, but I'll come back to it. Let's go to the voice notes.
Hi, Thabo and Mapaseka. You guys are an inspiration. You guys make one believe in love and in marriage. Big ups for you guys. And this is Mojabeng Pile, all the way from Kroonsberg and Sasolbeck.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mary.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Mokwele. Or should I say power couple? I like that way. Brati.
My bro.
Thabo Mapaseka.
Hello.
Your relationship is something perfect. Kore, it's something elungore lerona we wish to have. You are so perfect. Brati, I just want to understand something. You always ask questions on Wednesday. Whatever you have planned for tomorrow on Wednesday, Thabo Mapaseka.
Oh, so I must ask you tomorrow's topic today.
Yes, you must ask me tomorrow's topic today.
Thank you, Beauty.
Thank you.
Oh, you understand out there.
I'm this person that I am today.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Auspasi. You guys are the envy of many. Your stance on relationships is just amazing. But your stance on life, on love, and everything else is just amazing. Just keep it up, guys.
Thank you.
You are a shining example of what real love really is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mapaseka and Thabo Mokwele. It's Peter Croce, Pitora West.
I remember Mapaseka when you were interviewing Thabo Mokwele on his book. I was curious, or these guys they are dating or what? I thought you are just cousins. Now I'm finding out that you guys you're a couple. Wow, I love both of you guys. Keep up the good work. Keep the fire burning, the love life. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Hi guys, again. Says Mapaseka. Angazi uphuthibos lo osho ku background to my voice note othi ithombe zenu ngizenzani. Ngoba ngithi mina nginezithombe eziningi ezenu la efonini. They just inspire me, they motivate me. I keep them. I talk about your relationship with others, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Thank you so
you
much.
motivate us as young stars. We're looking up to you guys. Keep it up.
Thank you so
Poppy
much.
from Standard Sir. Pumalang.
Thank you, Poppy.
Yo mina guys, yazini mangikhula. Mangikhula, I'll make sure that I get someone who's like Mr. T, and I'll be Usis Mapaseka. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. Remember, akusiyini umusa wenkosi unibambile unifake ngaphansi kwamaphiko enu. Ngiyabonga. Simangele Albertine.
Thank you.
Keep up the good thing.
I think let's quickly talk to the whole perfect thing. Perfect is what you make it. We are far from it. We had our speed bumps, you name it. We had our highs and we had our really low lows, and it doesn't even change. I mean, every week. In fact, there. You know, when it comes to life and love, there are two constants: pain, right, and constant work. Life, love, two constants. Pain starts with you waking up. Do you know how painful it is to wake up? That's pain. And pain says what? You need to wake up and do something, right? And even when you have money, you still work. Haven't you asked yourself that though? Or why is it that somebody with money, something that we all are striving for, once they get it, they don't stop working. Why is that? It's because that's how this world is, and that's how it works. You'll always work. If you're lazy, then you're going to have serious trouble in knowing what to do with your time here.
I say it on the show all the time that relationships are work, and I think a lot of people think it's you work. Maybe Halson's it's his decision,
and people also need to strut. Can I put this as a challenge? Be attracted to someone. Stop saying I'm falling in love with them. Start saying I'm learning in love with them.
I'm learning to love.
Because you are learning to love this person every single day. Because tomorrow it's a new person.
Yeah.
This version here, I don't know
what is going to be
what's
like
going to happen
days.
tomorrow. And that also accommodates what? Flaws, moods, illness. And that's why you see through sickness and in health.
And we've been through our fair
rich
share of that.
and poor. That was basically saying to you, be prepared because tomorrow might be different.
I mean, I remember we woke up one day and I had fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
We were fine. I had fibromyalgia.
It's an autoimmune disease and it decides, no warning. So if I'm Mr. Perfect and I married Miss Perfect, okay, morning, go front page, so 10, LMC, how could I
and it changed.
Why? Because I was busy falling in love.
It changed our life so much. We woke up the one day and I was not able to do certain things. We woke up the one day and I was just in pain. We didn't know what was happening. I couldn't move. And we had to navigate that. But even in navigating that, he then also had to navigate himself. Now new feelings about this new person and how now to care for me, which is different. So you wake up and there's different things at different times. You've got children and at times you tend to forget about yourselves and you focus on the children, you focus on the family, on what needs to be done. The house must be standing, are the windows clean, is the food cooked, and then at some point you've got to stop and say, hold on, whoa, Ghana, before all of these things, there's us. So perfect, and we've always said, when people say to us, "Oh, your relationship goals," we always like, and
because there are other people whose stories are not shared, but they are relationship goals.
They are relationship goals.
Yes, you see them as they walk in there. You're like, "Yo, I am so curious about this too." Okarangaba interview because you can see it.
Yeah. And for us, it's more. It's daily work. So we're I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we feel like, now we've arrived in this relationship thing. No. Every day we navigate and we learn different things about each other. There are days when he looks at me at times and he'll hold me and he says, "Oh, my wife," and I'm like, "Oh, that's new." And he'll hold me differently and he'll say to me, "You look so sexy." And I'm like, "Oh, I do." And you're thinking, but this guy knows me. And then but it's new. There's new, man. If you like a new love all the time.
And I was about to say, and Mr. T, while everyone thinks and talks about a perfect relationship, what does it take on your part to ensure that it's working? Brati, usabeja, because when Nalbo Talifang was still asked for age, if can you becha me? Do you still becha?
Bongani, like what Arabe? No, Shem Iratulan. Yeah. Actually, I don't want us to answer that question. You know what I want us to do? I want you to call my daughter. I want you to call our daughter, Palisa. I'm going to give the number just now.
Okay.
I want you to call Palisa and ask her thoughts on that.
Okay.
You'll get a sense of what you mean there. Just ask her a few questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think while we're waiting for to dial Palesa, can we take calls?
Yep.
Yes, let's
and then
do
once we're done, then we'll then take. Okay. So we'll take Pasi in Kwatema.
Hello, Bito.
And she's from my neighborhood.
No, it's Basi.
Oh, it's Basi.
Sorry,
Basi. We
Basi.
got excited.
What took you in Sorikama? What?
I had to stop. I'm driving from my part-time studying from UJ. I listen to Radio 2000 every single night when I'm from school after work as well. But I'm a religious listener.
Yeah.
Religious follower of you.
Thank you.
What a man. What an honorable man you are.
Oh,
yes.
Brati, I bought your book. Brati, I've got only volume 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 I don't have.
Yeah, Touch of Soul, yeah.
Listening to you, the way you play music. I always tell my friends when I go to all these soul sessions that there's a difference, guys. You need to listen to this man. How he goes into another song. How he transitions into another song. He does not play the whole song, but come on. You play for the niche. But I think, unfortunately, you really want to play for the masses because you can't really play for the niche that truly know the music. But what a gift you have.
Thank you.
I was speaking of Soul Kaplaka, the first one that I attended. I couldn't attend all of them because growing up, we get tired. I went to the one that was in Mahalisburg.
Oh, nice.
December. Oh, my goodness. Guys, you know what? She was reading your book, and I was like, I was right, man. Everything that you've written in the book, you are a case study to me.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
I saw you guys. What a business. What a business. What a profound business that you're doing with the family, with the guys that you're incorporating, with the music, with the vinyls. Wow. How the humility. Oh, the humility, guys. Wow. And I think, yes, you might think we think you are perfect, guys. Yes, you are not. But you are two individuals who really want to make it work. You are two individuals who are drawing it on the same board. When we say we're going back to the drawing board, you write the same vision because you want the same thing. And I'm inspired by your love. I'm inspired how you reunited. Wow. And your gift, Brati.
Thank you.
I could tell you everything.
Thank you.
How you like saying, masters is no joke.
Yeah.
Wow, you played my top 10. I love how you truly love this man and transitioned the whole family into making it a blended family, even though these children don't come from you. How you love Palesa, and she's just yours.
She's my baby.
I pray over you guys. What an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Thank you, Basi. Thank you. Wow.
What time are you from?
What a call.
Oh, she's gone. She's gone.
Okay. Lydia?
Before we take Lydia, I think let's take a quick break.
Oh, okay. Let's go and pay rent.
Yeah, let's take let's do that. Let's take a quick break. Lydia will be talking to you.
Catch the Radio 2000 podcast on radio2000.co.za.
Oh, ziyakhala ke manje. It's back. It's bigger. It's Rama time at ShopRite. This Wednesday to Sunday only. Hurry and save up to 40% on homeware, small appliances, outdoor, DIY and much more. Get our top things mafethu, like 5 liters engine multigrade motor oil for a low 220, a shoe screen sheet sander, impact drill, angle grinder and jigsaw, only 250 each. And a 24-liter Essentials mini oven, just $8.50. Don't miss out on Rama this Wednesday to Sunday, 1 to 5 March. Only at ShopRite.
Everyone wants access to the winner's circle. But a few of us are up for the challenge. There's no shortcut to making your dreams come alive, so rise to the occasion. Catch Skim Sam every Monday to Friday at 6:30 on SABC1.
Brought to you by SABC Education. Enriching minds, enriching lives.
Life, love and all every Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000.
Life, love and all. It is 2041. Mino on the wireless.
Cheers, in 19 minutes time.
He's
Yes.
forward.
He's forward. Yes. Well done. Well done.
We still continue. We're talking about Mubhecho, and Palisa has joined us. Hi, Palisa.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
Hello, Malavi.
Hello, Lavi.
Yeah. Go on.
Go
Masham. Have a bed.
All right.
Hey, baby girl.
Sup, Daddy?
Yeah.
So, Naki baby.
Yes.
Come on, sup, Daddy.
Yeah, and it goes to the punch.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ask your question. Palisa.
Palisa.
Yeah.
I want to know, does Papa still betcha?
I don't know how to you want to know Mapaseka
Evan.
But Bongani, I think it's a win. I know what Ambulika envelope.
Like I said?
What betch? Have you ever betched somebody envelope?
No, not yet.
I can tell you notification.
Yeah, not EFT. Hard cash.
Ka envelope white. Esa khonulo kwaleha sometimes. Ayo.
Yeah.
Ayo. Mobesha is a real thing. I've seen it happen with my own eyes.
Yeah.
No, Daddy. No. DJ Upesha Chiriai.
Yeah.
Hi.
Let me put it like that.
You know, Palisa always says to me, Mama, you're spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
She says that. But the last time she said, Palisa ke paisa. The other time she said to me, "Kilimesa something," and I was like, so I'm like, Achu. It's like, hey, Skala, Papa, we are all in trouble. Don't do it.
Yeah, because of the lemons and
And Palisa, how does your relationship, Mama and Papa, make you see relationships in the 21st century? Young as you are, as you are in pursuit of a relationship, what are the green and the red flags as you navigate trying to or being in a relationship? Let me not assume you are single.
Funny enough, I was actually saying I'm listening to the show now, and I was just saying that the beauty of having parents like I have is that they are a wealth of knowledge on different things. I can go through anything in a relationship and just come to them. That's the beauty of our relationship, is that it's open as well. So it's that thing, this guy did this. Hey, how do I navigate this thing? Or Daddy, when a guy acts like this, what does it mean? Because also, social media has too many opinions for my young mind. There's too much going on there. So why don't I go to people that I trust, that have gone through life, that have gone through the roller coaster that is relationship, and say to them, here's my issue that I'm facing in my current relationship. What's your view on it? Then I can then go back and say, okay, Pale, Mama said this, Papa said this. What do I think thereafter? So having a relationship like this being an example to me, I won't lie, it's difficult. It's dusty out there. You know, but they give hope to that there is someone out there for me. There is someone who will look at me the way Daddy looks at Mama and say, now that's my girl. That's the girl that I'm going to go through life with, no matter what. We will laugh, cry. Also, I want to be serious. Those two are two, they are two best friends. Sometimes I call them, when they go out, I'm like, don't do too much, kids. And I'm like, I'm being serious because you guys no. So that's the thing. They show you how to navigate relationships and even parenting. So it's just, I don't know. It's a lot, but it's also beautiful as well.
Wow. No, but thank you very much for the insight and some little family secrets. So when we see them in public, we'll check how they behave. We'll give you feedback if they were bad or they were, Uncle T.
Feedback,
yeah, definitely.
Feedback. So what are the questions I'm asking?
Sure. Thank you very much, Bali.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, girl.
Baby.
Let's quickly jump to Aus Lydia in Pretoria.
No,
okay, it's disconnected.
All right.
We're still talking about, we're emphasizing around the issue of social media, Mr. T. And also while we're touching on the social media, because social media also only this element, my phone, your phone. My account, your account. And I was talking about the question of accountability, because what Auspasi was saying earlier on, the question of T updates me when he's in movement, and it's not because of I'm micromanaging him, but it's a question of safety, But also, Mr. T, is it something that you are doing and does it become easier because of you want to do it, or are you also fighting it and it becomes a burden?
No, it's because it's important. The job we do as DJs, there's a lot of danger in between, and people had to talk about that. Anything can happen. So the last thing I want is for her to be in bed wondering. So updates of Kemo, and this is number 2 of 5, right? In her head, she knows, okay, safe. All right, safe. And that's it gives her peace. It also gives me peace because I work freely, right? There's nothing like working and you're doing what you love, but you're preoccupied, right? That's number 1. Number 2, talking about accountability. Accountability is not forced. Accountability is an individual choice, right? It speaks to your own integrity. Right? Me having my own phone and having my own account, and her having her own phone and having her own account, it's also about encouraging individualism. Individualism is very critical because that's the very essence why you got attracted to her in the first place. The problem we have is we want to control people. It doesn't mean that therefore we must control. No. Let her be. She sees the world. She knows her passport has more stamps than mine.
By far.
By far.
I am a traveler. Mokwele always says he works hard for us. And then he'll say to me, you're looking down. You got a house. Only don't travel. Like, And I'm there like, And then now I'm happy to travel alone and all of that. And he says, let's go. But because he knows this is what uplifts me, I do my own thing. He trusts me enough to know I'm going there and I'm coming back. So I'll travel on my own for a week or however, and then I come back.
She's accountable. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
Her own choice.
And when I'm traveling, Lynn, now wherever I am, I'll be updating him. Oh, this is where I am. Take a picture, send him a picture. Oh, this is what I have. This is what. Do you know, even when I am at work, I will let him know when I get here. Made it safely. When I leave here, if we leave here late because we were chatting or we had a debrief or whatever the case may be, and I get home, he knows that around about what time I should be home. If I'm not home at that time, he will be concerned. So the first thing I do when I get in the car and I see what I'm delaying, I call or I send a text to say I'm leaving work now. We had a little meeting afterwards or whatever, so that he's also comfortable. he doesn't need to be panicking just because I'm feeling like, and that's got nothing to do with whether alwan or alwan.
Guys,
that's standard.
Guys, let me tell you now. If you are in a relationship with someone and they don't become a better version of how you got them, you are failing. Let me tell you now. My job is to be an environment, a platform for her to flourish. And she will return the favor. She will allow me to become anything I want to be. Because it's good for me.
Yeah.
Right? My interests are good for me. They keep me alive. And that's what happens. It makes me even more attractive to her because that's exactly what she fell in love with. So if Nagutlo Kenya my insecurities on some how am I? Yeah?
I
will never see that glow. I will never see the freedom. I will never see the bravery she has. You know? And which then my kids are going to benefit from. Because she will be able to say, Nana, because she was the one, all my kids didn't go to school, varsity, Mogauteng. Or never. Out. Cape Town, wherever. Why? Because she knows she's got that view of the world.
Okay, let's quickly pay the bills and then we come back. Let's do
that.
And let's just pay the bills and then we come back.
Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio.
Imagine that all of your liberties, your rights, and your freedom have been taken away from you. And imagine if someone put a camera in the room with you and the group of people who are being imposed upon, what they would see, because you would definitely figure out a way to get out of that hell. Run!
S3 honors Black History Month with the brand new season of Underground. Thursdays at 9 p.m. Open up with S3.
EFC is live this Thursday. Africa's Greatest Combat League returns for EFC 101 with 2 scintillating title fights. South Africa's Jess Munami battles Britain's Alice Ardelean for the women's strawweight title. And Zimbabwe's electrifying champion Nicholas Huwende defends his championship belt against Ruben de Beer. EFC 101 live this Thursday. Watch it on SABC Sport Channel on OpenView 124 from 7 p.m. Brought to you by SABC Sport.
Life, Love and All every Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000.
The time is 20:53 and in 7 minutes we are going to be welcoming Bra Ike, Bra Ice on Mino on the Wildlands. And at 9 o'clock as well we'll have Evelyn with the news. And before we conclude, let's quickly have Sifufane from Johannesburg.
Good evening in the studio. Good evening, Alsa Pasi. Good evening, Brati. And let me start also by congratulating Brabi for a great job as a presenter today.
Thank you, Khotman. Thank you.
Doing a great job. Yo, I think medical is again tonight. I just couldn't help. I had to call and say, yo, I am so inspired. My story starts from way back, Brati. I mean, Auspasi, I mean, Abaladitava, Ausmapaseka Makoti. We had relatives Bamakoti as well. So from that time and until you guys were together, inspired. But I mean, as a young guy, I think I was a tertiary in Natal at the time. There was technical Natal. Sure. I would go to the library and I would write my story, my dilemma. Remember, you made the dilemma feature very famous. I would go in and I would type it, and then Brati would go on radio about my dilemma. People would join in and then, help out, give advice and stuff. And that made a huge difference in my life. I've always been inspired. Your story. You guys inspire me, and I think I'm speaking on behalf of many South Africans when I say you inspire us on so many levels. I'm a radio fanatic myself, and I switch through stations to listen to the both of you. It's just that, Brati, I think Mapaseka is winning a lot this time because I keep on saying all the time. My radio is on 2000, and I mean, I even call in even during the readings with Tev, and and during our interactions when you come and play in Henry Smith, when I have to introduce I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for
thank
the
you, my brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, Basufana. Let's quickly have the voice note.
So truly, a power couple, Brati, Ospasi. Just a quick question, directed to Brati actually. Sure. If Brati, I would ask you, what is the reason you love Ospasi? And with the answer that you're going to give me, would you say that reason it's a condition? Thank you, Brati. Vuyo from Freedom Park.
Yeah, Vuyo anungubutsa zeletsa go commission. Ayeke question, yeleke question go commission. Yeah. It's the condition. Yeah. Because I mean, how do you say why do I love someone? You love that someone.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And that's my condition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's me. It has become me. It has become part of me. You don't reach that level easily. You have to work through it, where it becomes second nature. You know, the other day she got surprised that I felt her hunger. She was like, yeah. Just yesterday, I was like, that phone cover, you channel.
We're driving together, and he looks at my phone and I'm like, my goodness, your phone cover. And he takes us off. It's like, can your phone cover? You know, the only reason why I had that cover is because he had said to me he's waiting for one that he ordered for me.
Yeah.
So when he was like, sorry, phone cover. But, you know, that also says he is so, there's nothing as beautiful as knowing that your person is listening and they're watching. So when you're in need, you don't necessarily say, hello, I'm in need. There's a lot of times where I look at something and I'm like, I need to do 1, 2, and 3. And he comes with a solution. And he comes in and says, Mamela, I know you need this. It's fine. And all it says to me is he actually takes an interest in what happens to me, in my space, and around me. And that's love. So I love how he loves me.
Sure.
I love how he loves me. I love how he takes care of my heart. I love that I give a lifaz. Do you know what I mean? And 21 years later, he still loves me the way that I love to be loved. It's one thing to love a person the way you know how, but it's quite another to love them the way they want to be loved. He has learned how I want to be loved, and he loves me in that manner. And I reciprocate that. So I know that what means a lot to him. You know, and for him, it's the simple things. I'll give you a simple, quick example. He's getting ready and all of that, and I'm like, Tisa Shetko Ainel. My husband will walk out, smiley sing so. Happiness deluxe. He comes, he phones and he says, oh, I'm so hungry.
So up here,
again. Kya Mokwele. Mara kya na.
Bongani Luvalo, Thomas Shoyung.
Hey, Mr. T, no, like what told was bring KFC or McD.
Those days happen. Kibo Friday, it happens once in a while, but there's nothing like when you know your partner's got your back.
Yeah.
And that's the essence of it. Your partner's got your back. And
yeah.
When our phone like a Monday morning, like Monday after his show, he's tired. He's had gigs the whole weekend. I phone yo. No, I get sharp. I'm like, come home.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm craving a salad.
And you know, somebody asked me, how come you guys do you have dates or whatever? We are friends. So just as you would call your friend and say, yo, what's because
if you don't do that, and that's why even the friends I keep,
yeah. Okay, I think the Tabadi failed. In less than 20 seconds, Mr. T, your closing remarks, and then I hand over back the machine.
Yay, Ratanang, and do not have the fear to make mistakes, as long as you'll find solutions, Lily too. Stop loving in fear.
Love exists. Do it. Do it. Love really, really exists. And it's not... Guys, we've been through things. Mokwele and I have been through things.
Yes.
And it was tough. But you know what? We made it through.
Yeah.
Because it's a mistake. Hello. How would you learn?
Auspasi, the time is up. Mr. T, thank you very much. Auspasi, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
The mistakes you made today.
Mara, well done. Well done, Bongs. Well done, Bongs. Can I take over now?
Auspasi, how back.
Thank
and
you,
I think
thank
it's
you.
still safe. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
the
very
opportunity.
much. It's exactly 9 o'clock.
It's
It's exactly 9 o'clock. Time now for the news with Evelyn Tongwane. And after that, Mino on the wireless. Just eyes coming in. Thank you very much for being part of this show. I enjoyed it. Mokwele, thank you for having my
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I love you, my sweetie.
Love you too, my baby.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Time now for the news.
All the hits, all day, all night. Feel good music, Radio 2000.
Life, love and all every Monday to Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. with Mapaseka Mokwele on Radio 2000. If you missed it, catch the rewind on radio2000.co.za.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Thank you. The top stories in news. Hwaneme vows to build university.